Thank you, Madam Toastmaster. And actually, the title of my speech is IT Bloopers, because when I heard, we're at the end of the show, when I heard that the theme was going to be Periscope, I realized this was something that I had never heard about before. I didn't know about this app, but it does have to do with internet technology. And one thing that I've heard a lot over the course of my relationship with internet technology is that technology is a wonderful thing until it goes terribly wrong. This immediately caused me to think about autocorrect. If you are a texter, or if you are a member of Facebook, you've probably seen one of the many postings on autocorrect failures. And if you haven't, I went through a website called damnyouautocorrect.com. And I found the only one that I could find that was G-rated. And that is, Jill wrote, "What movie are you renting tonight?" And Jill's friend says, "Harry Potter." And Jill says, "Which one?" And her friend says, "Harry Potter and the Deadly Halitosis." You can read the rest. This is what autocorrect failure is, and it happens to the best of us. My husband once texted me something about gonads for dinner. And okay, so autocorrect though, interestingly, the next thing I thought about when I was thinking about this was way back in the day, 1993, I was a college student. I was at Mills College. And I had several friends who were in the astrophysics program at UC Berkeley. And the internet was not what we know of it today. It was something actually unknown. Never heard of it. And a friend of mine said, "Do me a favor, Kate, go to the college computer in your computer lab at Mills at this time and take these instructions," which I had like a backpack full of them. And he said, "Type them all into the computer." And I did that. And all of a sudden, at that time, I typed this all into the computer, and there he was. There was my friend. And we were essentially texting in 1993. And he sent me a sentence, and I responded, and we had a conversation. The thing I've omitted from this story is that you needed to have a username to do all of this. And never having had a username in my life, I didn't know what a username was. I assumed that it was a password. And I assumed it was for my viewing purposes only. So my very first username was something I could remember, weed@berkeley.edu. Now, I am in no way implicating myself in anything. By saying that, I lived in Berkeley, this was a word I could remember, and so it was my username. Needless to say, every time I logged into this computer, I had numerous messages from people I didn't know asking for illegal substances. So then, yesterday, I was thinking, okay, that's a good story. That's kind of humorous. I could entertain them telling that story, but Carrie's theme is Periscope. What is Periscope? So I made my inaugural dive into Periscope. And I was in my office, and I was thinking, I have no idea what this is, but I had downloaded it onto my phone probably about a month ago. Never used it. There's a button on it that says Broadcast Now. I was like, maybe this is the time. Maybe I'll do it. I have no idea. I don't have any friends on Periscope, so how hard could it be? I'll be broadcasting to no one. And so I've got two innocent victims in my office, a high school student named Maisie, a college graduate student named Caitlin. I press the button Broadcast Now, and I start talking. Say, "This is Maisie, this is Caitlin, you're in the offices of the Women's International Perspective, bloop, bloop, bloop." All of a sudden, they're joining from all around the world. From Brazil, I get the question, "What is the Women's International Perspective?" From Munich, I said, "Hi, how are you? Have you heard of this website?" So all of a sudden, my conversation changes, and now I'm talking to them. It got completely overwhelming, and finally I had to sign off. But at the end of this 1-minute conversation or so, I had 75 viewers online asking me questions about the WIP, what it was, who I am, and then a few about my blonde hair. This is all I had said. The WIP's summer GA and CHS intern at work. It happened 23 hours ago when I made this picture. 4 people watched it afterwards, but at the time there were 75 live viewers tweeting to me as I was talking. It was fascinating. I was so excited about Periscope that I ran home to my husband and I said, honey, you will not believe this new technology. It's absolutely amazing. And I replayed it for him and we both were blown away. We were thinking, this is the most incredible new marketing tool. Like, think what you could do. You got all these people from around the world to look at the whip in 1 minute, unscripted. It was like a perfect commercial for the website. I took my phone, I brought it to the computer screen, I showed them the URL, I talked about the article that we had just posted. And I was so excited, I said, honey, I've got to show you how this works. But I didn't have any friends, and so nobody was broadcasting that I knew because I don't know anybody. So I hit the button that says global. Global, check who's viewing now. And I press the button, and all of a sudden we're in the backyard at a barbecue dinner of this family who has just convinced their very young son to eat a habanero chili for $100. Now, I've lived in Mexico, and I know that a habanero is no jalapeno. This is serious stuff. And as this family is laughing and joking, the boy's perspiring. I'm thinking he's about to pass out. He can't talk. There are no words. And these assholes think this is funny. And I'm like wanting to call the police or Child Protective Services, but I don't even know where they live. And it's happening now. My husband's saying, turn it off, turn it off. We don't want to see this child die on the computer. Please. And I forced myself to watch and I tried to tweet, but apparently Periscope actually blocks the number of people that can view abroad. You can view it, but if you're going to participate, there's only a certain number of people that can participate. And so I couldn't do anything. I just had to watch. But once I saw people tweeting that they were going to call Child Protective Services, I felt okay, and I was able to turn my computer off. So to return to the quote that I have heard many times when I started this speech, technology is a wonderful thing until it goes terribly wrong. Thank you, Madam Toastmaster.